So we are at the police training facility, and we are actually going through a simulator where we're simulating different scenarios of police interaction with citizens. And you are actually strapped with a gun, so there's a gun on your side, and you are giving commands, or at least trying to, to de-escalate the situation or the scenario that you're given.
Would you get back in your car, please? Did you get back in your car, sir? Get on the ground. Get on the ground now. We need backup.
Get off from me. No, I don't care. I don't care. Leave me alone.
Sir?
Just leave me alone.
Sir?
You guys always bug me.
Would you put
your
knife
behind
down?
my back. Watch me. Everything
Sir,
I do.
put the knife
sick and
down.
tired of you guys.
Sir?
What are you gonna do? Come on, show me.
Sir?
What are you gonna do?
Sir, put the knife down.
Okay.
Put it
I'll
down.
do whatever you want.
Put the knife down.
I'll do it. Fine.
Move away from the knife, sir.
Okay, in scenario, good, holster. Oh man, what?
I'm trying to get a brother's brain.
So, Pastor Payne, from the time before you walked in there, that's the simulation, to after, what changed? What shifted for you?
Perspective, heart rate went way up. I mean, anxiety. So when you start thinking about the decision that you have to make and the consequences on both sides, what you do or what you don't do, the decision you make comes with consequences. You don't have long to make it, and even though you made the decision, the consequences are trailing. And it was tough.
That's it. That's it. Pastor McDaniel, you, what's the difference for you walking in there to walking out of there?
It's not as easy as we assume. There's a lot to consider in these scenarios when there's some stuff hanging in the balance. You just don't know people have. So what changed for me, man, there needs to be a great deal of respect for people in black and blue for what they have to contend with. So, and you have to be prepared for any scenario.
So did you go in there and shoot and kill somebody, or what? Or how did it work out?
No.
As an officer.
As an officer, I died.
My.
I did not make it home to my children and my wife. Right, I literally died. And I'm gonna tell you, part of the reason why is because I took the perspective because I've been on the other side and I've seen people on the other side, and so I was really about listening, but the people in the car weren't about listening. And as a result of that, I died.
Yeah.
Lord
I died.
All right, Pastor Servern, what about you? First, did you die?
I died.
And you were in there trying to have a word of prayer with the people. Can we pray?
I died fast. I lasted like 5 seconds.
So what did you go? What type of perspective
I was trying to talk
did
to
you?
him. Trying to talk to him. This guy was talking to me. I was talking to him. I didn't even notice the people in the car. Whatever they were doing, it seemed like they were getting a Coke or something. They getting a gun, got shot.
You got shot. Okay. All right. Okay.
So Pastor Scobey, let's talk about you. What did you experience? What was your?
All right. So because I told you before, so I have to just tell the truth again. The other dude, I was getting ready to shoot and kill him too. I shot and killed the one guy that's jumping and fiddling with something, got out of the car, and I shot and killed him.
But the other guy didn't have a gun, sir.
Well, I know it, and because he didn't have one, I realized it, and he had his hands up, but he was up to something too. I decided, okay, I better not shoot him. But here's the real for me of what I saw transpire. After it was all said and done, and I'm walking out, I asked one of the officers, I said, did the guy that I shot, did he even have a gun?
My God.
I didn't. 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 I didn And he said, yeah. He playfully said, he had a phone. He was trying to video you. But then he said, no, he had a gun.
Wow.
But I didn't even see it. But then somebody would say, well, why you shoot him if you didn't see the gun? Because I knew he got out the car doing
right.
And I shot him and I killed him.
So you asked me a question when I came out.
Yeah.
What did you feel different from when you went in to when you came out?
So let me show you all this. I asked Sergeant Byrne, I said, can you give me some crackers or something? Because I'm jittery. It's like this jittery I'm telling you.
I believe you.
I wish that I could have had my blood pressure checked before and after. It did something to me that I cannot explain.
Absolutely.
But I like how you said it, Pastor McDaniel. I have a newfound respect, and I had a respect before for officers. My daddy was an officer for 30-some years, but I have a newfound respect of what they have to deal with day in, day out. And this was a daytime simulation. It wasn't even night. But it scared the fajitas out of me, I tell you.
So, your perspective, when you walked in to now, when you juxtapose those two, paint that picture for us.
So for me, the adrenaline was actually sitting in this room, knowing that I have to go into a scenario, and knowing that, and I just trying to understand from a police officer's perspective, if they get a call and they have to go to a situation, they don't know, what's going to happen next. And I think that's kind of the adrenaline that I was experiencing. Is, okay, what's getting ready to happen next? It's totally different for me, being a pastor, dealing with people in the community versus if I'm a police officer and I have a gun on my side. It's a totally different feeling, and yeah, it was an adrenaline rush. Definitely.
So when you came out on the other side and looking back, what changed, if anything?
Well, I died the first time. And the second time, we were able to de-escalate the situation.
So the first time, do you think there was any way you could have de-escalated that situation?
Yeah, I think so.
The first time?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. But I think because I was being seen or viewed as a police officer, I don't have the expertise to really say the things or do the things that's needed to de-escalate.
But let's look at this now. The guy in the passenger seat, he was getting out with the intention to shoot and kill. He had a gun in his hand to shoot and kill. You hadn't done anything as the police officer.
Right.
So I'm just asking, how do you think that anybody could have de-escalated that situation?
Yeah, I would say, and one of the things I told the other officers is, my thing is to give space, to try to create as much space as possible, in order to de-escalate. So when the young man was coming towards me, my first instinct is to start backing away, is to try to get back as far as I can. That way, there is some space, or there's some time in between us to where we can continue to talk. And I get it. The guy in the passenger seat really probably had no good intentions at all, but at least trying to create some space so that we can have a conversation.
Okay, so do you feel like there was any way to de-escalate that?
Are we live?
No, we're not live.
You gonna record
but we are going to record. Yeah.
Hell no.
Thank you for telling that. I love it.